Hello, welcome to the Paradigm Oracle. I'm Faye. Today I am doing the reading for the upcoming new moon in Libra. So I've really enjoyed doing the new moon and full moon reading, so we're gonna continue with trying to get these out every new and full moon. So as I said, the new moon is going to be in Libra. I'm switching up how I did everything today a little bit, because I don't want every single reading to be exactly the same. Unlike all of the other readings that I've done previously for the new and full moons, I did finally pre-shuffle. So I pre-shuffled just the oracles, or the main oracles, for this reading. But I will still be shuffling some cards during your reading, and I may or may not pull tarot cards. It depends on where spirit leads me. But yes, ironically, I literally just ate breakfast. It's like 4 p.m. because I went out and ran errands earlier, and I didn't get a chance to eat breakfast. I had like a few pecans or pecans, however you would like to pronounce it, and those were delicious. I don't know why I am telling you about that, but I'm super hyped for this reading. And yeah, so I'm excited because I'm also planning to film some other readings after this that I'm super excited to share on the channel. But back to this reading, let's get into the messages that Spirit has for you with this upcoming new moon in Libra. So this is pile 1 here. The stone is a moonstone. This pile is pile 2. The crystal is a Celestite. I think in one of my previous reading I referred to it as selenite, but it's Celestite. So yes, that is pile 2. And for the final pile 3, we have Lemurian quartz for the stone. So meditate on which pile you feel drawn to. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. So I will see you in your reading. Bye. Hello, pile 1. If you chose this pile and the Moonstone crystal, this is your reading. Today I actually decided to do this reading a little bit of a different layout than last time. And I chose to add an additional oracle deck because I felt led to an additional deck for this reading for some reason. So I'll listen to Spirit and let Spirit lead me. So let's get into these oracle cards. These are 3, and like I said, I will be pulling some additional cards later in the reading, and possibly tarot cards. And I'm sorry about the lighting. As I mentioned, it's like 4 o'clock right now, so the sun is going to do what it does. Okay, so first card is number 19 with waning gibbous 3 balance. We have mutable moon with nothing is yet set in stone. And then the final card we have is number 7, High Priestess of Spirit. Now, I just want to point out, you may be a Libra. You literally may be a Libra, or you may literally have your moon in Libra. You could have been born like with a new moon in Libra, or there's a lot of Libran energy coming through. And ironically, when I was shuffling this deck, this was like one of the cards that I saw. I saw this and another card before I started shuffling, and I shuffled really well. So I think this card just really wanted to come out. Also because of the number 7. And I could be wrong, but I think that Libra is the 7th astrology sign. but don't quote me on that. But I'm getting like a lot of Libran energy coming through um, from this pile. Um, and you also, this energy is kind of coming through. You may have like a chart with predominantly air and or water energy in your natal chart or your birth chart. There's definitely this energy of needing to balance your emotions that is coming through. I feel kind of like Spirit is saying, I feel, yeah, Spirit is kind of coming through saying like you're getting you're getting emotional about something that is not quite set in stone. You feel like a very intuitive person, and I think Spirit is trying to say that if you really tap into your intuition, you will understand that what's really coming through is that there is no basis for your fear, for your anxiousness regarding this. And Spirit is really coming through saying, like, right now you're letting fear control your emotions, control. Yeah, there's like this feeling of letting fear dictate how you react, how you're moving forward. And Spirit is really coming through wanting you to balance, to find your balance again, and get out of your head when it comes to these negative thoughts, these negative expectations, because almost there's like this energy of you having this expectation of things going wrong. And one, Spirit is saying also like that can play a role in how things happen, but it can also, especially if something is meant to happen, the fear can kind of slow down the process of, let's say, a manifestation. So if you want to manifest something, but you're so focused on the fear, but it's meant to come to you, it can still come to you, but it will come to you at a slower pace because you're not quite at the right frequency, the correct frequency in order to receive your manifestation, because you're in a frequency of fear, and like in a place of thinking about loss or what you do not have, instead of being in a place of, I deserve this, this is what I want, and it will come to me. So, and I'm kind of getting like two messages regarding that. So that, like, that's one side, but then on the other side there is it is still coming through as if it's fear, but again, Spirit is kind of like the worst is not guaranteed to happen. So even if things do not work out in the way that you want, that does not mean that they will work out in like the worst possible way. So again, Spirit kind of wants you to balance where you're coming from when you're thinking about certain things happening and occurring. Of course, if it's something that you can be prepared for, do the work to do that. But if it's something that is out of your hands, you have to be in a place of accepting that and still living your life, you know, and if there is something that you want and you think that you deserve, still being in that energy of like, what best serves me is going to find its way to me. What is for my wellness and for my highest good is going to find its way to me. Yeah. Ooh, okay. So that was, I mean, in my opinion, that was pretty straightforward. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some more oracle cards to see if there's any additional information that Spirit has for you. Okay, Spirit, any additional information for pile 1 for this new moon in Libra? I have one more card. Thank you. Okay, I just noticed 2 cards were on the side, so I am going to put those in here because I think Spirit has a little bit more that they would like to share. So let's make some space. So one, I kind of want, actually, let me go over the cards first. So here we have first quarter waxing air moons, leads with adaptability. Last quarter waning water moon with the number 6, fall and manipulation. Number 8 with night, balsamic, waning fire moon, seeds. Number 7 in compromise, Venus, and the number 21 dual. So what is coming through to me is, well, first, before I go there, I did want to point out, and this could just be additional confirmation, but there's an air moon here and a water moon. So, like I said at the beginning, it feels like your natal chart could be very heavy on the water, very heavy on the air, or very heavy on both of those. But what's coming through to me is there is like there seems to be like a battle between your masculine energy and your feminine energy. To me, you almost feel like somebody who is comfortable in feminine energy. Let me just say that doesn't have to do with gender. This is energetically speaking. But you seem like someone who is more in tune with feminine energy, but it's almost like your masculine energy is a little bit distorted to the point where it's like the feminine energy part of yourself is very comfortable with your intuition and your inner knowing. But now it's like the masculine energy is kind of creeping in, and like I'm getting this energy of like making up things. Because it's almost like your masculine energy is like, well, if there is no definite like 100% proof, then this is not true. This is stupid. This is ridiculous. But your feminine energy is like, you know, connected and very comfortable with the energy of your higher self, God's energy, your connection to spirit, your connection to the universe. Your feminine energy is very comfortable with that and is so connected with it that it has peace when it comes to when spirit gives you messages. But now it's like that masculine side of you is kind of trying to take over control and distort your intuition, distort your discernment. And for some of you, I'm getting like this is probably due to like an environment you're in. Um, for some of you, this could have to do with like a relationship. Um, I'm kind of getting like also like something with the father. So you could have like a distorted or an unhealthy relationship with a father figure. Um, but yeah, if it's not a father, it could be like a partner that you had. Um, and something about those energies are coming up here, kind of saying that those are the reason that your inner masculine is now kind of like trying to take control. Um, because it's almost like saying you can't trust that divine feminine energy within you. Yeah, I think because now they're bringing me to like this compromise. Yeah, they're bringing me to this compromise here. And they're saying that's just another way of them referring back to this balance. We need to find that yin and yang, yin and yang, balance with you. Like you need to build up your that divine feminine energy again, but also there needs to be a place held for the divine masculine energy as well. Um, and understanding that both of these have a place, not one isn't better than the other, one is not lesser than the other. They both serve a purpose, they both deserve space here, deserve space within you. Um, and Spirit wants you to have that understanding that both of these both of these energies serve you, and you need to embrace both of those. For some of you, I am getting like this energy coming through of like you are not a fan. And again, this could go back to, or it could have nothing at all to do with it. But it's going back to, they're kind of taking me back to like that father figure. Something about like the feminine energy, something about that masculine energy, I should say, that masculine energy, who could have came through as like a father or um, a romantic partner. It could have been a friend. Something about this person distorted your view of your feminine energy, and although you felt comfortable and safe at some point in your life, at this point, because of how they distorted how you think of yourself and that feminine energy, now your masculine energy is kind of starting to try to I'm hearing overbalance, and I don't think that's the word, but because what is overbalance, right? But it is trying to take over. It is trying to be the bigger piece, the bigger man, as compared to your feminine energy. And as I've said before, and Spirit is coming through reiterating, like both of these energies serve you. They have a place and a space within you. So there's no need to let one get out of hand, and try to diminish the other. So yeah, I think that is the message that I am getting for you from Spirit for this new moon in Libra. Hopefully it gave you some much needed guidance and understanding. Yeah, if you would like to subscribe, comment down below. Feel free to do any of those things. I do have a TikTok where I usually post every day. So if you want some daily messages, you can check me out there as well. I want to thank your spiritual team, my spiritual team, for coming through and facilitating these messages as well. Yeah, thank you for taking your time to watch the video. I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hello, hello, pile 2. If you chose this pile or the Celestite crystal, this is your reading. I am sorry, I'm a bit out of breath, but yeah, let's start this reading. Okay, let's start this reading. Let's go with the first card here. Again, as I said in the intro, I did something a little bit different as far as the decks I pulled. I pulled another deck, and yeah, I added another oracle deck to this reading. Tried to switch it up a bit so we don't have the same reading every time. But let's get into the first oracle card. We have the number 15 with Waxing Gibbous 6 action. We have the first quarter moon in Leo. Be humble. And then we have the number 29 with movement. So the number 15, number 29, 6, and 11 or 2 could be significant here. And also the number 9 or 5 as well, or 1. And yeah. I'm hearing, it's so funny, I'm hearing that Kendrick Lamar song, Be Humble, Sit Down, Be Humble, Sit Down. I'm also being brought to the number 15 here. And that would be the devil card in tarot. The funny thing is, so I think the devil, the sign with the devil is Capricorn, but for some reason I'm really getting Sagittarius vibes here, and I do not know why, but I don't know if maybe in your chart you could have what am I thinking of? I don't know if you could have Sagittarius or Capricorn in either the 9th or 10th houses. Of course, Sagittarius is ruled by the 9th house, and then Capricorn is ruled by the 10th. So there's something happening here with those houses that are coming through, and I don't know if maybe your moon is in Sagittarius or your moon is in Capricorn, and it's in one of those houses. But Sagittarius, they really keep saying Sagittarius to me, Sagittarius. So something's going on with Sagittarius here. I think, or maybe this is them calling out, saying look at the planets and the significance of the planets in wherever Sagittarius is, or the 9th house. But yeah, literally I just keep getting Sagittarius. They just keep saying Sagittarius over and over again. So and you know what, I'm also being brought to Chiron, the asteroid Chiron. So I don't know if like that would be um, in Sagittarius or in the ninth house for you. Um, but they're also really bringing me to that. So kind of what I'm getting here is like there is this need to do some healing around something that has caused you a lot of pain. Um, yeah, because with the action and the movement, it's like they're showing me you're doing something, but I don't think you have a full understanding of why you're doing this. So it's almost like, for an example, like you're working so hard, right? And for most of us, it'd be like, well, yeah, of course we want to work hard to be successful and to provide for ourselves. But like there's this underlying energy of like, again, this is an example, like someone who worked so hard to make money because, you know, they grew up without having money. But sometimes it's like I'm getting this energy of like that person who was in that situation where, you know, they grew up with a lot of money. So, you know, they worked hard to get all of this money, provide for their kids. And then, you know, one day, you know, they have an expectation that this is just an example of how they're showing it to me. Like, this person has a birthday, and, you know, this is, for example, like after they retired from work. So this person has a birthday, and, you know, they have an expectation that their children are going to come, and then their children all have other plans and other things to do. And then they're sad and confused, like why aren't my children here to celebrate this with me? And it's like and now they're showing me like this person approaching their one of their children, like, you know, I was kind of sad like you guys didn't show up. And then this child being like, oh, well, I mean, you never showed up to any of our birthdays. Like, we didn't think it was that important to you because, you know, you were always working. And it's like this energy of like kind of tunnel vision and not realizing or taking the time to look at what is occurring outside of like what you're focused on is what they're showing me. Because to me it feels like there's this energy of like you're a very successful person. Like yeah, they're kind of showing me like Capricorn now, but to signify like the earth, like your connection to the earth. So you could have, for you, I get like this energy of fire and earth coming through. So those could be like very significant energies in your natal chart, but or elements I should say. But they're saying like you can easily be successful, you can easily make money, you can easily get attention, and attention in a way where you benefit from it, like for example financially benefit from it. But in that you could let that the success and the energy of that success, the intention of that success, you could let that drive where you go in life or where it takes you. And, you know, the next thing you know, like you are, and this is the word that they're using, you are a very arrogant person. And just because things like slowly progressed, you may not have like the complete understanding that, you know, at this point you are an arrogant person because the success kind of slowly built you to become this person, and then suddenly you're like an arrogant person. And I'm not saying that you're arrogant. This is simply an example of how giving me this information. So basically it's like, if you're not careful about your intentions of why you're doing something and what is driving you, it can, the success of it all is going to drive, it's going to become the driver of the car, right? And it's going to lead you wherever it wants to lead you, instead of you having the awareness of your surroundings and what decisions you make, how those affect other people, how you express yourself, and things like that. Like, you're taking all of that into account. If you're the driver of the car, then the success is not leading you. You are the driver here, right? So you have an awareness of who you are becoming at each stage of success. So I hope that is not confusing, but that is just the way that it's coming through for me. So Spirit is really just saying, like, that's what the be humble is for. Like, Spirit sees that you're getting on the road to being that person where you could be ending up arrogant, or you could be the person that ends up with, like, the people you love not wanting to necessarily be with you or be around you, because you have not fed into those connections. You only fed into your ego, and, like, that's the way that they're putting it, so I'm going to put it bluntly like that. Like, all of this would feed, you're on the path of all of this feeding into your ego. So Spirit wants to say, they want you to continue on the path that you're on, but they want you to have an awareness on every step of the way, how your decisions affect other people, how your decisions affect you, not just now, but in the long term. Are the people who you want to remain in your life, are you feeding into those relationships and making sure those relationships are nourished, and that those people can be honest with you, and there's an open dialogue with you, to keep you accountable, and to make sure you don't go off of the deep end and become like this egotistical person. So Spirit wants you to really take all of that into account while you're on this journey, because, again, bluntly, this is what Spirit is saying. Success is guaranteed for you. But who you are at the end of all of that, when you gain all of the things that you're trying to gain, achieve, manifest, who you are at the end of that is really in your hands. And Spirit wants you to remain humble throughout this, so that you can truly enjoy the journey and enjoy the people that are in your life right now, the people that will be coming into your life. And when, again, at the end of this journey, like, you still have those relationships and those connections, and you have people that you can trust around you, as opposed to if you become like someone who's self-absorbed, doesn't care about other people's opinions, and you don't care about who you have to run over to achieve your goals. The only people that are going to stick around you are the people that benefit from that, and they don't mind you treating them that way, because in a way they are, like, honestly, Spirit is saying, in a way, like, they are going to be financially gaining off of it. And for some of you, it's not going to be in a positive way. For some of you, those people will be stealing money from you. That's just how it's coming through. Again, this is a general reading, so this is not like blanket for everyone, but Spirit is just trying to let you know the path that you're on, the type of people that you will be attracting if you let your success lead you, as opposed to if you again are the driver of your success. Whew. Okay. So I am going to pull a few more oracle cards. I I think I said in the intro that I might pull tarot cards, but even in the last reading, I find that wasn't even necessary. These cards just did fine by themselves, so we will just be pulling from this deck. Okay, Spirit, any final messages for pile 2? One more, thank you. And I'm hearing to just look at the bottom of the deck, so I'm going to flip the bottom of the deck. Okay, so let's get into these cards. We have first quarter, waxing water moon with number 2, leads and choice. Last quarter, waning water moon with number 6, fall manipulation. Number 8, night and disseminating. Waning fire moon, 5, fruit, confidence. Black moon, earth, dormant, economy. 13, altar. Now, I'm not sure. You may also, I would say this, also check your natal chart for where the Black Moon Lilith is. And I would say read up on that. Also, the number 13 is like blaring out to me here as well. So keep that in mind. You know, that might be significant also because I think I will be posting this video on the day before Friday the 13th. So if you see this before then, when I first post this, that might be significant as well. So, Scorpio energy is coming through because I'm thinking of, again, the 13th card in tarot, which is the death card, which is related to or linked to Scorpio. And I think Scorpio also is the, because they're bringing me to this, so Scorpio is the 8th sign. So there's something going on with your with Scorpio for you as well. Not exactly sure what that is, but for some of you, your Lilith might actually be in Scorpio, which is ironic. Black Moon, okay. But yeah, so yeah, Spirit is coming through saying like you're going to be successful. That is guaranteed, but it is your choice how you're going to how this journey is going to look at after you. Are you going to, and now they're okay, now Spirit is saying pull the card off the top, so I'm going to pull this card off the top. Hopefully all of this fits. I think barely we're going to fit all of this, but it's what Spirit is saying. So I'm going to pull the card, number 16. Yeah, which again takes me to, and yeah, they're bringing me back to, it's so funny, I'm not even using like tarot cards in this reading, but in each reading it feels like they bring me back to like tarot. But anyway, with the number 16, I'm getting like the Tower card, which I think is linked to, I've seen it's linked to Scorpio and Aries. I think think Mars as well. So, yeah, and I think earlier I said like this pile is giving me a lot of fire and earth coming through here, because I definitely see like your abundance coming to you, whether you understand or know it or not, or know how to utilize that energy. It is actually quite easy for abundance to come to you, financial abundance to come to you. But and I think with that, your your higher self, I'm hearing, is like trying to keep you on a really tight rope, because that has been the case for you quite often. Your soul is comfortable with that, and especially with the lower vibration of the 3D, it can kind of, you can kind of easily be controlled by money and success, if that makes sense. For some of you, I feel like you may actually have a fear of money and success, because you kind of energetically pick up on that in your soul contract. You kind of connect with that. So, like, for some of you, you have a fear of success and money, because you know that in the past, like in past lives, you have taken advantage of people when it came to money, when it came to your position of power. So, yeah. Um, it's really just spirit. Spirit is just really saying, like, at the end of the day, like, you're on the right path to get to where you're trying to go, to achieve the things that you want to achieve. But there is this underlying distorted energy that can possibly take over. And although you're still getting a lot of the lessons that you learn, you will be hurting a lot of people that at this point in time in space, this point in time of space, I can't even remember if I'm saying that correctly, but at this point in time, there's people that you care about, but if you let the success and the money and the attention control you, you will end up harming those people that you think that you never would have done that to, or you never would have hurt. So spirit just wants you to really have an awareness of what can occur if you aren't mindful of how this journey goes, or how you allow this journey to affect you. Because everything, again, would technically not, you'll be so busy and so consumed by all of the work that you're doing that you almost will not notice that the people that you care about the most aren't in your life. And then it's almost like one day you wake up and you're like surrounded by strangers, and you're like, you feel like little time has passed, but so much time has passed, and you want to connect with those people, but like you can't even find a way to connect to them because it's been so long since you connected with them, or you you try to connect with them and then they're just not interested. It's like they treat you like a stranger, like everything feels awkward, and you're confused because it's like your head was down so much that you hadn't noticed how much had changed, how much you had pushed them away, how much you had not cared for the relationship. Whew. So I'm going to leave this there. Um, I hope this gave you some guidance and clarity and some, yeah, definitely some guidance on how to handle the road ahead. But yeah, this is the message from Spirit for you for this new moon in Libra. Yeah, I want to thank your guides, my guides, for coming through facilitating this message. I want to, wanted to let you know if you wanted additional readings, like daily readings. I usually post on TikTok daily. If you want to like, subscribe, comment down below, feel free to do so. Again, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch the reading, and yeah, I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. I almost said pile 4. I don't know why. There's not even a fourth pile, but hello, pile 3. If you chose this pile or the Lemurian Quartz crystal, this is your reading. Yeah, let's just get into these cards. So we have the number 7 with waxing crescent 5 nourishment. We have Moonlight Serenade, change your tune. And then finally we have the number 47 with individuality, Zoe. So there's, oops, I hit the camera, I'm sorry. There's a few things coming through. One is you need to start paying attention to what you are consuming. This is specifically coming through as food, like the food that you're consuming, the liquids that you're consuming, and how is that affecting your body. For some of you, like Spirit is saying, like you're going out a lot with a lot of people, drinking, doing all of that stuff. And I'm not saying like you shouldn't do those things. You know what is best for you. Live your life, boo. But Spirit is really coming through saying like we need to be mindful of like what we're consuming. I will say this, for me, I have had alcohol in my life, but I made a choice, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago. Like, I don't really want to drink alcohol. And a part of that is because, like, I noticed, like, I'm very sensitive when my body becomes dehydrated, and alcohol dehydrates your body, right? So, for example, if you are someone that drinks alcohol, Spirit's just coming through saying, like, not that you don't have to do that, but make sure that you make preparations so that your body can easily recover, right? So if you are planning to go out drinking with your friends, making sure that you're hydrated prior to that, and then after you've done that, making sure you're hydrated after, making sure you're eating foods that replenish any electrolytes, or or drinks that replenish your electrolytes, to make sure that you are not going to be dehydrated. Again, like, Spirit is coming through saying, like, you need to eat your fruits and vegetables. So some of you have, like, really been lacking on eating that. Like, Spirit's saying, like, you need to increase your fiber, eat more salads, things like that. And Spirit's kind of showing me that, like, a lot of people around you do not eat like that. They don't eat a well portioned meal. So Spirit is saying, like, people are going to do what they want to do. The same with you. You choose to do what you want. But what is best for you to continue is to make the proper changes that you need to make. And it's almost like spirit is coming through saying like you don't want to be that person that goes out and you're like, oh, I'm just going to get a salad. But if that is what your body is craving, that is what your body needs, spirit is saying like be confident in that. Like there's no need for you to consume food that you know is are going to make you not feel good. For some of you, like spirit is saying like you're lactose intolerant. Like why are you eating cheese? Why are you consuming dairy products? Like spirit is also saying for some of you, like you're sensitive to certain grains. Like why are you eating bread? Why are you eating all of this bread? Why are you not looking at the food that you're consuming to make sure that it doesn't have ingredients that are going to trigger something within your body? So a spirit is really saying like, yeah, it may not be cool to take care of yourself with your friends, but eventually that they're going to see how good you look, how great your energy is, and then they're going to start to make changes. But spirit is saying like you're one of the people who needs to start making those changes so everyone else can make changes, because you don't even realize how much of an effect that you have on other people. So yes, people will notice that you're not living or consuming unhealthy foods like you used to, but they're going to see how much it has helped for some of you, your mental health, your physical health, that it is going to inspire them to make those changes. And spirit is saying like be confident in that. Yes, they may look at you strange at first, but then eventually that the strange looks are going to turn into looks of admiration, because you're doing what you're supposed to do, which is take care of your body, take care of this vessel that you have. Okay, so in the other readings, I ended up not doing tarot cards, so these cards here were enough of a message. So we're gonna get a final message from spirit for you. So spirit, can I have cards for pile 3? I'm gonna get one more. Can I have one more card, spirit? Ooh, she flew. I'm actually going to take the bottom of the deck, because spirit said do so. So let's make sure we have some. So we have number 12 with the fall, number 14 with scepter, last quarter waning water moon, number 6 fall manipulation, Hecate or Hecate, however you'd like to pronounce it, number 4 with stone, and number 18 with sacrifice. So, and this may or may not be related, but for some of you, I am seeing that when you were younger, there was someone who, and this is coming through in different ways. So it's a general reading, of course. So, I am showing that there was some harm done to you. This feels more verbal, but of course it could be different for each one of you. But there is someone who said a lot of not so nice things to you, and that distorted how you live your life. And Yeah, this person feels like a very manipulative person. Um, for some of you, it feels as if it is like a feminine energy. Um, it's coming through strongly for me, like a mother. So someone who's like a mother to you, or again has like motherly energy. But it feels almost like there was a lot placed on your shoulders, and you might be in a place of like people pleasing, and spirit is like saying like, if you if your friends jump off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge too? Or if they told you that, or so it's like spirit is kind of saying like, you need to start tuning into yourself, because people have taken advantage of you and told you things that were not untrue, especially when you were younger, and that caused a lot of harm to you. For some of you, like how you as a person feel. For some of you, this is specifically having to do with like your body image. Um, for some of you, I'm hearing like you. For some of you, you don't look like your other family members, so that caused a bit of a complex. It's like you never felt like the pretty one or the beautiful one, and everyone made you feel like other, like the redheaded stepchild type of thing, which is unfortunate. Um, so spirit is kind of really coming through saying like, that's over, that's done. We don't need to do that anymore. You need to start taking care of yourself. Those people didn't know what they were talking about, and you thought they did, because especially if this was like an older like mother figure, or again someone with an older feminine energy coming through, someone who should have been encouraging you, guiding you, telling you what to do, um, but they were telling you, it's almost like they focus on the they never focused on the things that you did right. They focused on the things that either you did wrong, or the mistakes you made, or they just focused on the things that they did not like about you. Spirit is kind of coming through saying like, ooh, it's giving that energy of like the mother who doesn't want, and you don't have to be a daughter, but this is like the energy that's coming through. um it's giving that energy of like the mother who doesn't want their daughter to succeed. It's like this energy of, I had to pull myself up by the bootstraps, so you need to do the same. And there is like no compassion, there's no desire to like give you all of the things that they felt like they needed when they were younger. They feel like you should suffer as much as they suffered when they were younger. And that's like the energy that is coming through. Um, because even with Hecate here, Sekhmet is also like showing up for me. Um, so to me, it's like, it's almost like some of these feminine deities, in my opinion, come through when there's like a like feminine energy that has been like victimized, and they feel like they need to protect them. Um, so like there's this energy of like these two deities like trying to protect you, which is ironic because with Hecate, um, you know, dogs are her are linked to her. And then with Sekhmet, well, with Sekhmet, it's more of like lions, but I like to say the big cat breed. So um, I wouldn't be surprised if animals like you, especially cats and dogs. I would not be surprised. If they do understand like these deities' energies are around you and are trying to protect you and help you through this. Um, for some of you, I am getting this energy that you have like a cat. Or you may feel like this urge to get one. But I am seeing also like for some of you, again, not all of you, this is general reading. Um, it feels as if like the mother treated the siblings better than you two, and it's kind of like the siblings don't really treat you well either because they never needed to, because that was like they just basically did the same thing that they felt this mothering energy do. So they treated you the same way. So I am seeing like you felt very lonely as a child. I am seeing like you're very smart, but you no one ever encouraged that. And for some of you, you're still very smart, but I feel like you don't even, I don't want to say do anything with that, but it's like you don't even acknowledge that because you're so caught up in like what was said to you before that you don't look at yourself as a smart person. Yeah, like there's like a Cinderella energy coming through with you. But inevitably, the message coming through here is like Spirit is saying like right now you're living on the edge following these people because again the home life in your childhood I'm seeing is causing you to try to find acceptance in this other group that you now call your family, or it feels like family to you because it's almost like these people are just as toxic as your family. So you don't, it's like a part of you is like, this doesn't feel that great, but we're family, whatever. And Spirit is like, nah, no. At some point, you need to recognize that, like, you don't deserve that. Like, you deserve better. And how you start doing that is by starting to take care of yourself. Eating properly, you know, getting fresh air if you can, maybe going for a walk, meditating. Like, these are things that Spirit is recommending that you do to try to slowly rebuild yourself and rebuild your confidence. Because the people around you and the people who you grew up around were very harmful. And they made you feel like you're the one that had to do all the work and sacrifice yourself for their happiness. And oof, it's giving like, it's really giving almost like that Cinderella energy. But this doesn't feel like a wicked stepmom. This feels like a wicked mom. But it could be a wicked stepmom as well. Who knows? But Spirit wants you to stay encouraged. And Spirit is saying if you focus on yourself, all of this will change. You will find a family worthy of calling your family. But the most important part of this is that you put yourself first and you start to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself and love yourself the way that you wish someone else would do it. because it has to start with you. And with the number 47, I'm actually drawn to the number 11 for some reason, which is the Justice card. So Spirit is coming through saying, like, don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about anyone else. Don't get in a space of anger and resentment on this journey, because you are going to get that. But don't, even when you feel within that space, Spirit is saying, don't let that take you off of your path. I just looked over and it scared me so much, but there's like a spider that just, like, I don't know when it came down, but it's like come down from my roof. It's just a small spider. So I would say, like, pay attention to when you see spiders. Okay, so I don't even know if she's connected to spiders, and I don't typically think she is, but Hecate is coming to me and saying, like, she's about to trap these people. She's about to trap them. And with her saying that, I think it has more to do with, like, reveal to you what she's seeing, because you're not seeing, even in this moment, you're not completely seeing that people don't have your wellness and your highest good in mind. So she's about to reveal that to you. But I'm going to leave that there so I can get this spider outside. But yeah, I hope this gave you some guidance, and I hope it help you get some guidance that you needed, basically. Yeah. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. I want to thank your guides, my guides, for facilitating this message. If you'd like to like, subscribe, comment down below, feel free to do so. I do post daily on TikTok if you want any additional content from me. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching. And I hope to see you next time. Bye. I don't know why. Okay. Side note before I leave this video. Because this song has been playing and I didn't mention it earlier, but it keeps playing even now. It's still playing in my head. And I'm not sure of the lyrics or anything because I have not heard the song in a long time, but Spirit is really coming through playing the Aerosmith song. I think it's called Living on the Edge. I don't know if that is significant, but Spirit keeps playing it for me, so do with that what you will. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.